What is up, beautiful people? Chrissy here. So I'm here to talk to you guys about my third trimester, which I'm currently in right now. At this moment, I am 39 weeks pregnant. Okay, folks, so quick insert, Emperor's New Groove style. When I did record this video initially, I was 39 weeks pregnant. However, by the time this video goes live and you guys see it, I will be well into my postpartum journey. My kid will be probably not even a newborn anymore, and you probably hear her right there. Okay, so just for clarification, please proceed with your regularly scheduled Chrissy-ness. Okay. Baby girl will be here soon, like tomorrow. She'll be here. She'll be on earth, out of my body. Crazy. So pumped. I'm so excited to meet her. My husband is so excited to meet her. We're both just like ready as we can be, being new parents and first time parents. But I'm so excited and I'm so blessed to get to this point in my pregnancy where I'm full term pretty much and just waiting for her to come. And so God has blessed us so much, and this pregnancy has been amazing. Like, with all the precautionary measures that my OB and my midwife and the hospital that I am at have taken, I have had a smooth pregnancy. It's crazy. It's amazing. So let's get on to talking about my third trimester. So third trimester, I just got bigger. Like, not bigger as far as like my weight was concerned. I didn't really talk about it in my first trimester or second trimester video. In my first trimester, I lost almost 20 pounds. At this point, I've probably gained about 10 of those back, and I'm at 39 weeks, which is crazy. With that being said, I did get my appetite back in the second and third trimester, but I was very mindful of how I ate by me being a fluffier lady. I did try to be mindful and intentional about what I ate. The whole thing about like eating for two and like, you know, you gotta eat for two, and I didn't experience that. Some people do. I did. Quite honestly, I couldn't afford to experience it, if I'm just being honest. I did have some things that my OB and my midwife kind of told me to stay away from because of the history of hypertension in my family, which one of those things was caffeine. That hurt my heart to the core. I've had no coffee this whole pregnancy. Black tea, which is another one of my favorites, the caffeine. No black tea. I have had some decaf black tea, like no bubble teas. Anyway. Something else I experienced in my third trimester that was, I guess, semi-new, the pressure. There was, especially like the last month of my pregnancy, even now, there's so much pressure going towards your lady parts. It gets heavier, like your stomach gets heavier. The weight of my kid and like everything that went along with that, placenta, fluids, extra blood. I think you have like 50% more blood or something crazy like that when you're pregnant. Was just a lot of pressure downward all the time. Another thing I experienced, and I experienced it a little bit my very first trimester, being a bit winded or short of breath. Sometimes when I would talk, I'd have to kind of catch my breath, not because I was like super like physically tired, like I was doing anything, but it just like, I don't know if it was just like the baby pushing up against something, my lungs, I don't know, but I had a shortness of breath for sure. I also experienced a legit baby bump. Legit, it was in full form. It is in full form. I'll show it to you guys. I'll show you some progressive pictures as well if I can kind of put them in here. 22 weeks when I kind of first started seeing it to now, like my bump is definitely in full effect and I feel it. I was kind of worried because I was a fluffier young lady, woman, that I wouldn't experience like a legit baby bump. Some women who are plus size talk about that, talk about the B-belly. And while I did have somewhat of a B-belly, I definitely had a bump and it was noticeable and I felt it and I could accentuate it in my clothes, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed experiencing and seeing the full bump develop in all its glory. Getting up, honey, up out of a chair that's low is a cancel. Things that fall on the floor, remotes, cell phones, spatulas, loofahs, if they're on the floor, they're dead to me. It's dead. There's no more use for it. It's gone forever and never, amen. And I am at peace with that. I'm not complaining. It's just a part of the process. I'm not the first or the last, right? During the 3rd trimester, I went to my OB appointments once a week. He started checking my cervix, I think when I was like 36 weeks. I have not dilated, did not dilate, not even, you know, like softening or thinning of my cervix, like nothing. My cervix is like, hey, I'm here to stay, I ain't going nowhere. And my kid is like, yeah, it's comfortable in here, we just chilling. So, what I'm gonna do? But anyway, of course, I took another glucose test and I passed. Of course, my 3rd one. They still kept looking at my blood pressure and checking it, which was fine. The appointment every week, that was my OB appointment. So that's where I'd see my OB or my midwife. I then also had to add 2 more appointments, and that's where I would do a non-stress test, where they would just monitor my baby's heart rate and monitor to see if I'd have any contractions, and then also a well-being exam, which is basically a sonogram, just making sure the baby's moving, that she looks good, and that she's healthy and all that good stuff. So I had 3 appointments a week. I had to go see my OB/midwife, I had a non-stress test, and I had a sonogram every week. I was a bit frustrated about that because I didn't know that that was going to be the case until I think the last 2 months of my pregnancy. I had already had clients booked. I was trying to work up until the end as much as I could. It was kind of like, oh, this is so inconvenient and I can't believe I have to do this, and you only doing this because of my BMI and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, we're just doing what they thought was best. Again, trying to take all preventative measures that they could, trying to be proactive as opposed to reactive, just making sure everything was fine because of my BMI and my medical history. So while it was a little frustrating to attempt to get to the other side of town 3 times a week, it was comforting to be able to either see my baby or you know, hear my baby and hear that she's fine and she's doing well, and kind of have that reaffirmed a couple times a week, even if that meant I had to cancel a client or if I had to reschedule or something of the sort. Just taking some extra precaution, just trying to make sure me and baby girl were good, and we are. So I'm just ready to meet her now and deliver her, and let's do this, you know? My OB did notice when I had gotten some blood work, I think the last 2 or 3 months, I had a low iron count. So it wasn't enough where she wanted me to take a supplement, but she did instruct me to add some things to my diet that are iron rich. So like hummus, raisins, things like that. Be intentional about putting into my diet. So I did that, but other than that, I've had no issues this entire pregnancy. I'm in this last trimester, 39 weeks, counting down. I'm not nervous, but I'm a little anxious, I guess, just to meet her and to be in the process and see how it goes. I'm excited to meet her, you know, and see what she looks like, and, you know, make sure she's okay and see her outside of me, you know? It's exciting. So we're excited. My husband is so excited. Oh my gosh, he's ridiculously excited. Well, folks, that is all for today with my 3rd trimester update. The next time you see me, she'll be here in the flesh, not in amniotic fluid. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any comments or any thoughts, or you want to share something with someone else or myself or whatever. Say what's on your heart, as long as it's positive. Cancel the negativity. We ain't having none of that. Peace out. Bye. Get out of here.